episode 49 of the Zoomer podcast, where we're all three Zoomers. And Zoomer 1 here, Raymond. And who's Zoomer 2?
I guess it's Nick.
And then who's Zoomer 3?
I'm Travis.
Are we even Zoomers? Or
What
are we
the fuck
millennials?
is a Zoomer?
Because I always have the mix of, we're Zoomers. No, we're millennials.
I think we're like
Are we like in that weird...
Zemillennials.
What year are millennials?
We are Zillennials.
Zillennials.
Millennials are from 1981 to 1996.
1981 to 19. So we are like on
alright.
the cusp.
That doesn't... Okay, never mind.
Because I see so many different answers.
Yeah, no, we're definitely... We're millennials.
Millennials.
Menagerie.
Post-millennials are 97 to present.
Wait, so Nick's 97, isn't he?
No,
No, you're 96 December, huh?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh,
I leaked your
you're
birthday
gonna-
month.
You're gonna dox me.
Yeah, so...
We have a timer on, by the way.
Yeah, we do.
Okay. I'm gonna put my feet down so Nick doesn't have to smell my feet.
Generation
It's
They
okay
kinda
for me,
stink.
dude.
Nah, it's okay.
Oh,
I'll
you
put them
shook
down.
your shoes off.
Yeah,
I
they're,
guess
it
we're,
was hot.
We're millennials.
I had 2 hours of climbing shoes and then 6 hours of these shoes.
Yikes, dude. That's not fun.
It's too much. If I took off my socks, you might pass out.
It's Mark Hamill's birthday.
Is it?
Yeah. And
Happy
a bunch of
birthday.
other
Did you make him a cake?
celebrities. No.
Let's all talk about our favorite Mark Hamill moments. Number 1. I liked it when he was in the red part, but he was a ghost.
What?
I like the part where he was Mark Hamill.
Okay.
What's your favorite Mark
Is
Hamill
Mark
moment?
Hamill moment is Mark Hamill moment. Is Mark Hamill in other movies? I feel bad for not knowing, but I don't know.
I don't know. Because I only know him as Luke.
Yeah. I mean, I know he was the Joker.
Who else
everyone,
has that? Wait, is he the original Luke or the only Luke?
Yeah, he's the only Luke.
So think of someone with a really big butt chin in a movie.
Not butt chin.
Doesn't he have a big butt chin?
Not really.
Let me see.
He has like... Nah, he doesn't really
I
have
need
a
to
butt
see
chin.
him without the beard. I want to see his younger self.
But... Hold on. Yeah, he has like a little...
Give me that.
Look, he has like a little dimple on him.
Because I know every like voice
Garbage. I
acting
don't want the
class
old
or
one.
anything I've ever been to, they always like come themselves when you talk about Mark Hamill. It's like, oh, the Joker. And it's
He's
like,
a
yeah.
joke? He was the Joker?
Yeah,
He
the
was?
Joker in like the animations.
All right, yeah, he has a butt
Oh,
chin.
like the voice of
Yeah,
Joker?
he was the
Okay.
voice of Joker. And everyone,
Wow.
Like,
All right, yeah, he has a pretty harsh butt chin.
everyone goes fucking insane over it.
Why though?
I don't know. I guess it was a really good performance. It sounds like the Joker.
It sounds like the Joker, I guess. Good enough.
I don't know. Maybe I'm a shitty voice actor for not enjoying his role as the Joker. But I
Is
was
it just like too
Or you're like
sporadic
it-
or what?
Did you not like it, or was it just like, yeah?
It's just sounds like Joker. It's, I don't know.
Well, at least I don't remember it, so I'm kind of curious now.
Let's see. He was Star Wars.
He was Star Wars.
He was Star Wars.
Oh, he couldn't really get rid of the Star Wars. He was in Slipstream in '89.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what? He was in a couple episodes of Third Rock from the Sun.
How come I feel like he was in that 70s show?
No,
No,
That's all I
You're
imagine.
wrong.
he would be like. Well, I guess
No, not like a main character. I just feel like he had a
he was
guest
just
appearance
in
at
there.
one
Oh,
point.
yeah.
I was in a game.
What game?
He's in a lot of games.
Yeah, he was a Wing Commander 3, Heart of the Tiger.
What?
Wing
says-
Commander 4, Price of Freedom.
He does a lot of voiceovers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of like,
Is he more of a voice actor then?
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's cool.
No, yeah, he's definitely more of a voice actor because like that's one of the things that actors who kind of get stuck into a role
Yeah.
like tend to do is they tend to go more towards voice acting and voiceovers and stuff because like it's hard to break out of that, dude.
What's
Like,
it
Yeah.
called? What's his
really
name?
is.
I don't want to call him that,
You can,
but
do
I can
it.
only think of his office name.
John Krasinski.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one's John Krasinski?
Jim from The Office.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The only actor who was able to break out of that role.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Besides Steve Carell, who plays Michael.
Yeah.
But I mean,
It's
he was out of it
Yeah.
before The Office ended.
Yeah.
Like,
it sucks because it's like you don't try to remember them for that role, but it's just really hard not to.
You know
Yeah.
who
Because
got...
it's just such a memorable show, so it's really hard not to think of like Jim.
and he was the main character.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
like,
hard to not.
That's the other thing is like he's in like every single episode.
Yeah, so it's really hard to separate it. So like,
even when he transferred in like the third season, he was still in like every
Yep.
episode. So it's like,
it's really hard to separate him from the show.
yeah. But I mean, now I don't really like. Of course, I'll always see him as that. But
Yeah.
I can also go into the movies and not just see Jim from The Office. I just see, oh, it's just John Krasinski.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing with like Jennifer Lawrence for a while. Like
Yeah.
I just saw her as the girl from the Hunger Games until she like started getting in a bunch of different roles, and I was like, okay,
Oh, that was Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
And then
You know who got stuck into a role?
Huh.
Michael Cera.
Oh my god.
super bad?
Okay, well,
He's like
honestly, I think that's the only role he could play.
that's the thing.
I really don't think
It's
he could
like,
play anything
no
else.
one asked him to do anything else, so you never really know.
Well, he doesn't
Well, him as like a person's like the same thing.
like because that's the
Isn't
thing
it?
is actors always have a range
Yeah.
of like what they can play, and that guy just looks like a tweaky
Yeah.
high school college student. Like even now as an adult, like when you see pictures of him, he still looks like that. And it's
He's like the one like person where I imagine his personality is pretty similar in real life.
yeah,
Michael Cera for Spider-Man.
Yes.
it's like
Tobey Maguire could do it. He could too.
Yeah.
because Jonah Hill, like he obviously looked the part in Superbad, like
Yeah.
easily, but then he grew like out of it, and then also like when he lost all the weight, he looked completely different. So
Mhm.
it was like, what the fuck? Now he's one of the actors that can put on weight and take off weight.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to say fairly easily because obviously there's a lot of work put behind it.
Oh my
but
god, yeah.
in retrospect to other actors who can and cannot do that, he can do it.
Because Michael Cera literally cannot look different.
No.
No.
Well, maybe.
I mean,
Maybe
unless
if
he gained a
changed-
lot of weight.
Maybe if he changed his hair.
I guess,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's some his face, dude. Like it just
He's not able to grow any facial hair either.
yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like the mustache, like me.
Yeah.
That's all he can do.
Yeah, I mean, he took advantage of his roles while they were popular, I guess.
Yeah. Now
Mhm.
he's making music, I think.
I have
Is
no
he?
idea.
Well,
Good
he
for
hadn't
him.
made music in a while, but I've listened to some of his stuff. It's pretty
Because
good.
think about it, and like his little like section of fame, he did a good amount of movies.
Oh yeah, no.
For his role.
I liked most of them too.
I still have never seen Scott Pilgrim all the way through.
Yeah, it's just out there, different. It's fun.
I mean, it's Edgar Wright, so
Yeah, it's fun though.
yeah.
It's like it's not really ever a dull moment kind of movie.
Yeah. So it looks like.
Yeah.
It was shot really well.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, Edgar Wright is a fantastic director.
I also
Edgar
really want to
Egg.
see it because it has Brie Larson in it.
Brie Larson did really well in that one. My friend's like obsessed with him. Her.
She's a great actor. I like
Yeah.
her a lot. I got spooked by something earlier. I
What?
was watching it was Blink-182 reacts to kids reacting to Blink-182, and I was like,
Why?
these fucking videos are getting so ridiculous, dude. Like, soon it's gonna be kids react to Blink-182 reacting to kids. But anyways, like I was watching it, and they were showing them like the kids' music videos or whatever,
Yeah.
and they showed him the music video from Up All Night, which was out their album Neighborhoods, which came out in 2011, and in it, she was like, one of the girls was like, "Oh wow, like, is this recent? Like, did they come back?" And he was like, "That was 10 years ago." And I was like, "No, it was not, dude." I was like, "That album did not come out 10
Wait a
years
minute.
ago. It's 8 years ago,
I was gonna say,
but it's damn close, and it blows my mind."
You know, isn't that
That
the
comes
album
out.
you played every single morning in the car?
Yes.
It's the white one, right? It's like
Well,
white
Yeah,
covered.
it's white and
Okay.
black. yeah.
Okay. So that's like
What
I
was the
know that
name
one.
of the album.
Neighborhoods.
Neighborhoods?
That was like their comeback album.
Yeah.
Yeah. With
God,
that was their
every
last
single
one.
morning.
Yeah, and I was like, God damn, time's a bitch. Like, ugh. Even so, like coming up on like 1 year of Goof Base is like
Yeah.
crazy. Like,
Yeah, it's like I remember when I first came in, parked my bike, and was like, "Hey, we should do a podcast."
yeah, dude.
I
like,
mean, if I'm honest, if it wasn't for Nick being in the group, I don't think we would have ever did anything.
no, Raymond and I clash way too hard.
Yeah.
Creatively, we need the third party.
We both are lazy.
Yes, that's also true.
And now it's you and me.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very true.
Oh no.
It's okay, Raymond. I saved you.
Thank you.
I took your role of arguing with Travis.
It's all right. You can take that one.
Yeah, I mean, like, You guys have surprised me though, because there's moments where I get really fucking lazy and don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
You guys take it upon yourselves to do it, and I get like shocked every time. Like the set, for instance.
Yeah.
When painting it, I was just like, I did not want to paint. Dude, I had absolutely no will to paint it. And then Raymond was like, I'll fucking paint it. And I was like, oh, thank God. And then I was like driving home from work. I was like, that fucking thing's not going to be painted, dude. Like, we're going to have to go fucking do it right now. And I got home. They were like, they were painting it. They're almost done. I was like,
Travis got home. He's like, I got to buy paint.
Yeah, that's when I had to go buy paint. And I was like, okay, like, yeah, I'll go buy paint. Fuck, you guys actually painted. Sure, it's the least I could do. Fuck.
Yeah, no, then I showed up. Well, first I showed up with the wood pieces.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't even say
I
was
woke
like,
up and you drove into our driveway and had 4 wood pieces in there.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay.
Nick and I walked out like all tired and like fucked up. And we're like, oh, okay, yeah.
Like, all right, we're doing this. Let's go.
Yeah, this was definitely I think the hardest part was like the building it and painting it and getting it in here. And then after that, it was like although yesterday was a lot of tedious little shit work, it was still nice in the end.
It went
I mean,
by
it was
so
creative.
fast.
Yeah,
It was mostly creative.
It really did go by fast.
Yeah.
Like before we knew, we were like, oh fuck, it was already 10. Like we still had to film the pilot. Which, by the way, if you're hearing echo right now, we know we're working on it. It's like we're recording on our set right now, although you can't see it until next week. When the 50th
it's not quite video ready yet.
No, it's not.
And we might have echo for a few weeks until we get like some moving blankets in here and a rug on our set to actually drown out the echo.
Yeah.
We're recording in our garage and it's not insulated whatsoever. So we're working on it.
What we're doing is, should we spill the beans on what we're doing with the soundproofing?
What are we doing?
We're like, we have fucking cubicle walls with carpets on them.
Yeah.
We have many different things.
And like
in here.
a curtain that we haven't put up yet.
Oh, it fell.
Yeah, it
What?
fell.
Oh,
The curtain.
what?
Oh,
It didn't
you
fall. I
moved
just
it.
moved
I
it.
forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we're gonna have to put a blanket in some fucking eggshell containers.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put those around. But
Yeah.
You said egg carton. That's what I don't know when you said egg carton. I
Yeah,
heard,
egg carton.
I heard milk carton.
What?
So that's why I was like, okay, Nick.
He tuned out and tuned in halfway through my sentence.
That's why when you were saying, I was like, all right, Nick.
yeah, egg cartons.
Okay.
That's like budget soundproofing.
Man, we've been through so many eggs. It looks like I gotta eat more.
Yeah.
I mean, I already eat a lot of
more
eggs.
It
but-
takes a lot of egg cartons, but you know.
I mean, we've been through like 10 plus. I mean, I know it takes
a
more than that.
lot
but-
of egg cartons.
Raymond and I eat a lot of eggs.
Yeah.
I mean, once I get my cake pans, I'll be using a lot of eggs too.
The only
Yeah.
time they'll use eggs.
So
True.
we'll slowly build our inventory of soundproofing.
Yeah, so please, try to bear with it. for
Just
the time
any sort
being.
of cardboard and we get.
Oh, you're right.
You know what
Yeah.
would have been nice if we kept like all the really long pieces of cardboard and just boink.
Yeah,
We did something.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we still can. I could still bring home cardboard.
All right. Slowly accumulate.
There you go.
We'll make sure we actually do it though.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Oh,
just
we have
go
to.
up.
Yeah,
We have
or
no
else we're gonna
choice.
end
We
up
do
with
have
a-
to do it.
Or else we're just gonna end up with a mess.
Yeah, but we hope you guys are all looking forward to our 50th episode coming out next week on the 4th. It is a big work in progress. It's been like, what was it, like 8 weeks of
Yeah.
progress
Oh my
working on
god,
this
it's been
set.
a while.
Yeah.
And so preparing for the video podcast to come back.
Half of it was planning. Do you
Yeah.
realize that? Like
There was a lot of
more than half
planning.
of it was planning.
It was a lot of planning.
Yeah, and that's what it takes to make a like
Yeah.
huge set like
and then
this.
mostly because we're on a
actually get it
budget, so
work.
we don't want to spend money on stuff we don't
That's
need.
another reason why we
Mhm.
planned. It's because it was like, how can we do this? How can we do it right, make it look good, but not spend too much money? And honestly,
Yeah.
I think we spent
We spent under $1,000, I think.
Okay, we're not even close
we're
to
not even close to
$1,000.
1,000. We're like
We're
we're
like
like
at
under
one-
200, honestly.
Under 200?
Yeah.
I think so.
Including the lights and everything?
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Yeah, it
I
didn't really
think we're under
cost too much.
200. So individually, it was probably only like 75.
I mean, it would have been
something
way
like that.
more, but my dad helped us out.
Yeah.
with all the
Big
wood
ups to
stuff.
Mr. Raymond.
Big thank you,
Mhm.
Mr.
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 Raymond.
Raymond himself.
Mr.
Yeah, we went to
Raymond.
Home Depot. He's like, I got you on this. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
So that helped us a lot. And then he helped me build all the wood pieces that day.
Yeah, he's the big homie. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. And,
Thank you.
If you're reading, listening to this,
If you're reading the transcripts of this
Yeah.
that we don't write,
We're reading a script every time.
who's gonna be our fan subtitler?
No one.
that
That
is
makes me
such,
so
that is
mad
such
how-
a job, dude.
What?
How you can like activate like subtitling and your fans can do it for you? Because like subtitling is such a job. Like I did it for I think like 2 semesters, for like a full year for one of my teachers.
Wait, you
It's
did?
a bitch. Yeah, it's a bitch.
Oh my
that
God.
sucks, dude.
It's a lot of listening to the same thing over and over and
Then
typing
going back,
it,
ding-ling-ling-ling-ling,
and then
go back.
realizing that you're like when you typed it, it has to be like a certain amount of characters.
Yeah.
And if you reach that amount and you don't notice and you type, it just won't type anymore.
Nah, fuck.
It's just like it's just a bitch.
Yeah.
And people deserve to be paid
Now
well.
they
for
have
that.
it open for translations too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
People are crazy to do that for free.
Yeah, I know. Ask for money. You deserve it.
I swear, some people's fans are just way too dedicated.
I mean,
it's crazy.
It has to be all the high school fans. I'm telling you,
it's good to be.
it's the only
dedicated to
people with that much
something, though.
time.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't know. When we were asking our lighting professor about our set earlier, and he was like, what are you kind of going for? And I didn't think of it until afterwards, but the thing we always went for on this podcast and like this channel in general was we wanted to make a channel where like artists and creators of all kind could like come together and just kind of hang out. And like that's exactly what we were going for with this podcast, where it's like, honestly, it's like when I imagine someone coming to listen to our podcast, I imagine someone just being like, you know, like sitting down to like relax or play a game or just like do their like, because I imagine like Jelly, for instance, like I imagine she like sits down, puts on this podcast, whatever, like afterwards, and just like sits down and works on art and just like hangs out and listens to us talk. Like this is exactly what we would be doing if she were to come here. Like we would just be like sit down and like talk and just but like whatever. And like that sucks when trying to market yourself, because when people ask like, oh, you're on a podcast, what do you guys talk about? It's like,
I don't know.
we really talk about kind of whatever, but that's such like a turn off at first to hear.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, oh, you just talk about whatever. Like, why would I want to listen to that? But at the same time, it's like that's kind of the appeal to it, is like when it's talking about stuff that obviously you relate to and artists and stuff, like it's a difficult thing, which is why I was surprised at how much growth we had at the start. Like, even though half of the subs are probably, you know, friends and family or whatever.
I say like a good 30, 40.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's about, yeah.
Do you guys have that many friends?
Well, I mean, all of us together.
Like,
I mean, we had a good amount of people that said, but I could imagine a lot of them not having YouTube channels too. So
only like 5 people that I know actually subscribe to the channel.
We had a good amount from us.
Yeah.
Me and Travis had a good amount.
Okay.
We had all our friend group
Yeah.
and our families, but actually, well, no, it's just my mom, because my dad doesn't have a YouTube account.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like 30 or less.
Yeah, so, I mean,
30-year-olds or less.
that's why it's just interesting to see, like, how much of a growth we had for just, like, our whatever podcast, you know, but, like, that's still, like, our main goal, and that's how we want it with this new set. We wanted to make it where it's, like, because whenever I watch, like, the Rooster Teeth podcast, for instance, it's always, like, a situation where I just want to go, like, I feel like I could just go sit on the couch with them and just, like, hang out and talk. And that's exactly what I want for this podcast, where it's, like, I just want people to be able to come on and just sit down and talk in this cool set in this really hot garage, because it's summer right now. But,
summer, huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I'm looking forward to the...
So it's basically like our house, where all your friends just come by and chill out for a while.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I like that because all the podcasts I listen to, like, consistently are what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's mostly like the ones where it feels like a hangout. Those are the ones I watch the most, because the more like interview kind of podcasts, I don't really care for too much.
Joe Rogan Experience.
Yeah, I don't really like those. Are fun every now and again.
If I want to listen to
an
an interview, I'll listen to hot ones.
Yeah, because then it's also it's like if it's an interview one and I don't really have an interest for the person, like what they do, I'm just like, eh.
Then you don't feel inclined to watch it.
Which is fine, because it's just not for me. But
yeah,
like when it's like a hangout one, every single episode's fun.
See, actually, if you get a famous person, you interview them on your podcast, it seems like I could go anywhere else and get an interview with, I don't know, like
that person.
Yeah.
Like there's so many interviews out there. I want to talk to them when they're off.
Like
That's
it's like a cool milestone for the person who has that famous person.
Yeah.
But then if I don't know who they are, I'm just like, meh.
That's why, like, on
I mean, having guests are cool.
Yeah.
But it's like I like when they have guests and they just talk to them.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Like on Achievement Hunter's podcast, like, what's it called? Off Topic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like Michael Jones, who's the host, he was talking about it, where They had the girl that voices Zelda in Breath of the Wild and Ash, I think, from Rainbow Six come on, and she's used to like, you know, like 30 minutes, like normal talk and interview.
Wait, that
type
voice
thing.
actor voice. Wait,
I think
quick
so.
aside.
I think so.
That's
someone
pretty
from
good.
Rainbow Six, but
That's
she's
pretty
definitely
cool.
Zelda in Breath of the Wild.
That's pretty dope.
Like, so they had her on for a video, and then
Yeah.
they had her on off topic, and she was like, you know, she's used to like 30-minute like type interview things.
Yeah.
After a while, she's like, how fucking long is this thing? And so, but they're like, you can like come and go like whenever you please, and that's what makes those podcasts so interesting. Is because like when we had Maddie on, and when we had like Jason and Andrew or like whoever, like when we have a guest on, we bring up like for Maddie, we brought up like, oh, like what got you into cosplay, like what do you do, where can people find you and stuff like that. But we still kept that like, let's just shoot the shit type mentality, and that's what I like. I definitely think that's interesting. That's why people follow like celebrities' Twitters and Instagrams and shit. 'Cause you want to know what's going on in their daily life, and this is the type of show that you can kind of get that.
I just feel like people struggle with trying to find that balance, because then you're kind of afraid your audience will be like, well, it's a waste of time. You didn't ask them about their profession and stuff like that.
Well, it's like you can, but
it's hard.
Don't
to balance
spend the full hour asking about what they've done.
But I could
'cause it's
imagine
like,
that's a skill to develop over time.
Yeah, I also think
kind of
that,
hard.
Like, I'd also think that the talent wouldn't like, not that they wouldn't want to talk about that, but at the same time, it's like they always get.
Yeah,
they always have to talk about that.
I feel like it's more interesting to kind of like catch them off guard in a way, because it's like, I'm just like when they're coming on, it's like they're thinking like, oh, I'm just gonna come in for like the typical interview questions, and they probably have like canned answers. It's like, oh, what's your favorite movie? Actually, it's this one, and they always say the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's like when they come in and then they're asked a genuine question.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, oh shit, well, let's actually like get engaged.
Just real quick, I have a mosquito bite on my ankle, and it's so annoying.
Oh, dude, fucking, you're telling
I see yours
me.
too.
It's fucking everywhere.
I can't stop. I didn't notice it till right now, so I don't know if it just happened.
Well,
or
we got
what.
the insecticide or whatever it's called, so you just put that on afterwards. I gotta put it on again after
so
I shower.
itchy.
So I'm shaving my beard. At least
Are you?
It. Dude, I made that pasta earlier, and we were so hungry during class, and I sat down.
All the pasta went in the beard.
I put on Queer Eye, and I was like, all right, here we go, dude. Like, time to chow down, watch the show. Let's go. First bite, like, dragged my entire side of my mustache into my mouth. And then my mustache was all pasty. I'm, like, trying to pick out my hair, and it's just like, fuck this, dude.
What do you
Like,
call that, man? If you have that beard, you gotta like shampoo that daily if you're getting all that food in there too.
oh yeah, no, I have to shampoo it constantly, or it just smells awful.
Yeah.
So it's like, see, a lot of people think
Rub some
like
deodorant in it.
That's why you're only supposed to eat beef jerky with beards.
They hate like the itchiness, and like they think that like, that's the main. No, fuck no, dude. The worst part of a beard is getting food stuck in it, like not being able to eat.
Yeah.
Like I imagine it's the same like shit like girls go through when they wear lipstick.
Yeah.
Like you have to be very careful about how you eat and all that. Like not because it's a problem if you don't, but it's just like it's just annoying to deal with.
Yeah.
Where it's like they would have to reapply, and it's just like for this, it's like I'd have to pick. No one wants to see me pick my fucking mustache out of my mouth. Like that's not,
like I already got to pick my teeth. I don't want to pick my
fucking
mustache.
God. And then like I had to wash my face like 3 times. My mustache smelled like pasta. I was like,
oof.
Yeah, it was not good. Dude.
Speaking of that, I had my psych professor.
Psych.
He had like a really long mustache. Like it went down to like his collarbone.
Mustache.
That.
Yeah.
A mustache?
Oh, not a mustache, like a beard, facial hair that went all the way down to his collarbone.
Yeah.
I was imagining like a handlebar mustache that long.
Yeah, and I swear he did not wash it.
Why did he
so
smell?
nasty. Every time he leaned over and looked at my work, I'm just like, oh, dude.
You see like the stench coming out.
It's it's like the smell lines and the flies.
You see like skull and crossbones coming
Yeah.
out.
Well, it's like I love my beard. I really do, and I'm obviously gonna grow it back. But it's just not full yet. It's still kind of patchy up here. And like when I have my beard this long again, I want it to be like full. Because like I was like, maybe if I grow it out, the patchiness will kind of get covered up. And it did. Like it definitely did up here. It got kind of covered up.
Mm-hmm.
But when I look in the mirror and I'm under like LEDs and like I'm on camera like this, you really still see the patchiness, and then it just looks like full neck beard, and I'm just not down for it.
Man, I don't know if people take care of really long beards.
It's a lot of work.
Cause like at the climbing gym today, there's one guy that had a really long one that probably went to like Probably like where his
nipples.
abs would be.
Yeah.
Damn,
Probably
dude.
even lower, and it's just like hanging there, just going bling bling.
Dude, it's a lot of work. Like even for this, it's like I have like every time I'm in the shower, I shampoo it.
I'm just thinking
Like,
about
you
how
have
hot
to.
it gets too.
Not that bad.
'Cause I feel like it'd get kind of hot when it's like a really.
Well, when it's like really thick down here,
Yeah,
it can kind of get hot, but it's like you get used to it.
Yeah, I feel like once you have the beard off, you'll feel cold
Yeah.
because you're not used to it.
And I'll also go like this, and I'll just be like,
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
like,
Like
I
even
have
with the
nothing-
little bit I have when I shave this, it feels so weird.
I
Yeah.
have nothing
Feels
to play
smooth.
with down here anymore.
So
I know I
usually-
always do that too. I'm always like,
You know how my hair is like very like it's usually kind of long and thick back here.
Yeah.
When I get it cut, I cut the little things up my neck,
Mhm.
and like every time I cut it, it feels cold afterwards for like a
Really?
good
yeah.
week or
like
so.
I got
I'm
my
just like,
haircut
it's
last. It
weird.
felt odd again,
Yeah.
but
I
I'm
feel like
already
my-
adjusted.
I feel like my face is gonna feel lighter after I do this.
It'd be a pound
Oh no,
lighter.
definitely, yeah.
Giant
Like
ass beard.
What's
even if you like cut your
Travis?
hair, your head just feels like lighter.
Quick question: what's heavier, pound of bricks or a pound of beard hair?
Dude, that question was used to fuck with me so hard.
I remember when I was a kid, I couldn't get it.
Yeah.
When I was like 4 years old, my sister asked me, and my life was like shattered. Because I
You're
thought,
like,
I was like,
"Mash."
how can the brick be, or how can the feathers be the same?
It was confusing times, dude.
what hits the ground first? A pound of rocks or a pound of cameras?
Stupid.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna try and trim it to like about Raymond length, a little bit longer,
Yeah.
and then trim my mustache a little bit. Last time I did it, I thought I looked fucking weird. So I was
I'll
like,
have to see.
I don't
we're
know.
gonna have to see.
Yeah, we'll have to test it
Just
out,
keep the
but, like,
mustache only.
well, I'm thinking about it because I'm like,
Give yourself
a little bit of me wants to just like fully shave it off, because if that's the case, I'm just gonna shave everything up here except the neck beard and just have like neck beard for like a strong 5 minutes until I'm utterly disgusted.
No,
with
you know what you
myself.
do? Shave your head instead.
No,
Shiny bald.
no.
You can look like, what's that guy? I can't
I
think
feel
of
like
his
he's a
name.
I feel like he's a
Breaking
wrestler.
No, YouTube guy.
Oh, I was gonna say
Vsauce? Is he the bald guy with the long beard, right?
Does he have a
I think
beard?
He has like a.
Yeah.
It's growing. It's a
Yeah.
little bit less
Oh
than
right,
mine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
And how long's he been growing that?
A while,
Vsauce here.
but
Ouchie.
yeah, I don't.
Sorry,
I will be
Vsauce.
bald one day.
You will?
Yeah.
I will absolutely be bald one day. I wore a hat way too long
You
in
don't
my life.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah.
Does that damage it?
Yeah.
That's why my
Supposedly, yeah.
hairline's all the way back here, dude.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Oh.
because my hair doesn't get a chance to grow like back because you need vitamin D.
Oh, it
yeah.
needs
You
sunlight.
need sunlight.
Good thing I stopped wearing a beanie and hat again.
We'll see it like I was like that's phooey. There's no way that's true.
Pafooey.
It's definitely true. It's
Oh,
definitely
no.
true.
Oh, baloney.
Like I see, because like when I look back at pictures when I was a kid, dude, like my fucking hairline was strong, dude. Like it was up there, and now it's not.
I feel like I'm gonna have like a permanent dent up here because my headphones.
Yeah,
Because I wear headphones like a lot.
Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, you do have the dent of your hair.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying.
I never noticed that, but is that what it's from?
Yeah, it is. I have like a headphone dent, and it's never going away.
Yeah,
Actually, it goes away when I cut my hair, but
Oh, okay.
like
it's still annoying.
I'd have to not wear a hat like at all for about a year to get rid of like my perma like hat hair.
Are you down for that?
No.
Why is that?
It's like I don't know. A hat's like a comfort thing for me.
Really?
Yeah, because like when I was a kid, I was always when I was a kid, I just liked Jeff Gordon.
Yeah.
But as you know, like I got into like 5th and 6th grade, I started to actually like that's when you kind of start caring about what you wear just a little bit.
Yeah.
Where you're moving like you're like I'm a big boy now type thing, but like second phase.
Travis
of it.
threw on his deodorant for the first time. Put on
Yeah.
his first
Started
hat.
brushing my teeth more. But
No more milk breath to school.
that was when like I cut my like super long hair and like I actually started like, kind of trying a bit, and then I got to 7th grade and it's all went downhill.
Oh, wait.
But you know, that's when I started caring, and like I realized very quickly that I could not style my hair whatsoever. Like I already
Just like the type of hair you have.
yeah, it's really hard to work with, and like we went and got haircuts with Raymond's aunt the other week,
Mhm.
and she was like, "Yeah, your hair takes like an exponentially large amount of work to make work." She's like, "It takes a
Damn.
lot of product, a lot of care and a lot of work, and I was like, like why? But I mean, I really want to get into it and actually get my hair to a place where I'm comfortable with, where it's like, if you guys see me without a hat, like I'm having a good day, I'm having a good hair day. But when I usually have a hat on, I either don't care or I just like, that's the thing. If I don't care, then like obviously I'm just gonna wear a hat because it's just.
It's like, it looks fine now.
Yeah, it looks okay now. Once you have actual hat hair and like I guess the moisture gets in. You know how like your hair gets kind of like moist after wearing a hat.
Yeah, I mean,
it starts to like calm down the volume a bit.
The frizz is always just gonna be there, but
The frizz is fine.
It looks.
When I
nice
take it
now.
off with this haircut, it still looks fine because this is still like super short.
Yeah.
So even though it's like fucked up, that's just how my hair looks when it's curly. It just naturally looks like bedhead, but that's fine. It's whatever. Anyways,
You see how I wake up with hair, right?
yes. You look like you're going Super Saiyan.
With the headphone bump. Nick has a bump it in his hair.
Did you guys know that the mayor of Riverside is suing the city of Riverside?
What they do to him?
Has
Why?
been for like 2 years now.
What did he
Wait, for
do?
what? Is it because they built
Something.
the building he didn't want?
No, it was something with something, but
We made fun of him.
all I know is that it's caused taxpayers like $200,000. And it's like, imagine what $200,000 to the city of Riverside could do. Like,
We could finally have sidewalks.
You finally have something.
like so.
Is that
much,
why they stopped the sidewalks?
I don't know, dude. Fuck, probably.
Remember that? Of course, when we stopped going to high school and having to walk up that hill, then they had sidewalks and we're
No,
done.
dude.
We're sitting there risking getting
Almost
hit by a
dying.
car all the time.
And then also, I guess one of our city councilmen, who's running for councilman again. He wants to win again, but he's not running.
Huh?
Is he just like, oh, I'm gonna drop my name in the box and see what happens?
He's like, no, I want to be councilman. They're like, are you gonna run again? He's like, no.
How does that make
What?
sense?
Wait, he's not even registered?
No.
That makes
fuck?
like 0 sense.
But he's like, but I want to be back in office. I like he's
he
he's
just
like,
thinks
I'm
he's
going
gonna
to be
go.
back in office, but he's not running, and everyone's just like,
That's like if someone expected to be president, didn't put the work in or did anything.
It's not
Like
it's
the name's not even on the ballot, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll be president though."
It's
Don't
like
worry.
it's like writing a paper and not putting your name on it and asking why you didn't get credit.
it's very funny, like, cause I looked up like the Riverside subreddit, like the Riverside, California subreddit, and it was just like the silliest shit in there. Cause I'm like, what actually goes on in our city? Like,
What
I'm
enough-
very-
I
what
need to
happens
look at that.
enough
I've
when
never
someone posts on
looked
it?
at it.
Yeah, there's a like random shit like, oh, where's the best place for like a 4-year-old birthday party or yada yada yada. But
Yeah.
then you get like the random shit like our own mayor is suing the city and like all this other shit. Apparently there's an IKEA coming to Ontario. That's pretty cool.
Hey,
Hey, guess what?
What's that?
Not over here.
Well, it's Ontario.
Ontario's
That's
nice.
still over there.
That's
though.
like 15 minutes away.
Dude, I went to
There's
Ontario.
freeway traffic.
Even
Hold on, dude.
still.
I went to Ontario the other day. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
There's like a
Ontario.
yeah,
Ontario
Ontario.
Spills?
Yeah, there was like a Costco
Oh yeah, that's nice
and then
over
the
there.
mall, and then like
And the mall.
this like across from Bass Pro Shops. There's like this
Yeah,
thingy
Yeah.
with restaurants and shit.
that's
it's nice.
Bass Pro Shops Rancho.
Yeah, that's closer to Rancho.
That's Rancho.
Is it?
That's like on the
Oh.
border of
Yeah.
Rancho and Ontario. Ontario's like that's like the edge of Ontario. It more spreads
Yeah.
left towards Chino.
Chino.
Oh, is it like Ontario stuff? until
Ontario
Chino?
Mills is like the far right corner of Ontario.
Yeah.
and then after the mills, it's nothing.
Fontana.
yeah.
Yeah. That gross ass place.
But that area.
Hey,
is
don't
nice.
say that.
No, I'm gonna say it.
There-
There actually is nice
Fontana's
parts
gross.
Fontana and duty parts Fontana.
Majority duty. I
Is
don't
it?
like Fontana.
I haven't been there enough. I only go there for the
What
Target.
do you go there for? Oh, Target.
Target.
I do
Why'd you
like
go to
Target.
Eastvale?
I
Oh,
hate
you're
that
right.
traffic over there.
Yeah. Is it still under construction?
Yes.
Glad I didn't go to Norco.
That's why when I go that way, I go completely around that.
It's not fun.
Yeah.
I always get on the wrong entrance. Because they fucking seal off.
They keep flipping it.
Yeah, they fucking seal
Yeah.
off the entrance to
The
the
freeway.
one direction I'm trying to go to.
They flipped it like 40 times already because they keep
Why?
changing what they're doing.
Just finish it.
My sandal came off.
Your sandals backwards for a good 40 minutes, dude.
Was it?
It wasn't, you liar.
I don't know, dude.
Has this podcast even been 40 minutes? You liar.
34 minutes.
We need a question of the week
We
then.
do. I'm going to look one up right now.
Question of the week. I have one.
What is it?
What's your worst dream, nightmare?
I got good news for you.
can't
I
remember those dreams.
I go to sleep and I wake up.
You don't dream.
No, okay, it's like a thing where everybody dreams, but I don't remember it from the wake up. So, I mean, I have ones I remember from being a kid.
Yeah. I
So
said
I had-
ever. So
I
from
know,
your
that's why I was like, I
childhood-
can't think, and I remembered I had one. So I was probably like 4 or 5 when I dreamed of this one. And I remember I was waiting in the car for my parents from the store, and like these guys started circling around like they were gonna kidnap me or something. And I remember being in the I don't know what to do mode, and I remember they turned a certain way, and I jumped out, and then I hid under the car, and then they went to the side where I jumped out, and then they opened the door and started looking in the car. I remember I woke up crying because I was scared.
Oh,
So I was
no,
like,
dude.
they're gonna
Fuck,
take me.
Yikes.
Like they're gonna take me. That was like the one I could remember.
What about
Not
you,
fun.
Nick?
I was in a
See.
minivan, by the way. I don't know why.
Oh,
Brown minivan.
watch out.
The worst one I had was probably I can't remember, but one bad thing I had recently was I dreamt that my room
Mm-hmm.
somehow was in the middle of 2 halves of our like roof. So it's like, you know how sometimes when you go outside and like there's
Yeah.
a gap between the house and the garage.
Yeah.
I dreamt that my room had like a fucking gap in the ceiling. And like it started raining, and I tried to think of this weird way to like get the water out. I was like,
water
maybe
out.
if I put some like some kind of like duct that drips the water and sends it out my window.
Uh-huh.
And I woke up and like, what the fuck? I looked up and I said, okay, my ceiling is still in one piece, so it should be okay.
You know what I kind of wish
What?
our house was like, I wish that, you know, the hallway that goes down, I wish that was like pushed out and there was like a little like midsection like garden in the middle of our house, and our house is kind of like a giant square.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Minecraft, you're
Like
telling me.
what's it called? What are they called? They're like veranda? No,
No, it's not a veranda.
it's
Either way, it's just like a garden in the middle. So
Yeah.
it's like, it almost feels like it's 2 houses because it's like kind of separated.
those are
Like-
cool.
It's like
Yeah.
separate, and it's like an outdoor thing, or it's still indoors.
No, it's like, so you know how our backyard goes? Like, say for instance where Nick's room is, where the like the end of the patio is, where that concrete is. I've said is a lot in that sentence. Basically stretch that out to the golf course, like where the fence is.
Yeah.
And so then it's your room, my bathroom, and then it connects back to the house. And so in the middle there's just like a square where
Yeah.
the backyard would still be, and that's essentially a garden.
Yeah.
And so it's just like a giant square, and then if you look at it from the top, there's a garden in the middle. So it's still a house, it's just a square.
I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, is it?
The Japanese
Kind
style
of like
setup.
yeah, it's like
Where they're kind of like there's one house, but they're split up where there's like a little garden.
yeah. So it's like
outdoors.
they have like the
Farted.
garden in the center, like you said, right?
Mhm.
And then the hallways are outside,
Yeah.
but they're cleaned and they're like well taken care of, like the inside. But it's like you walk outside and then you walk and you walk and you walk, and it's like when you want to go into a room, you just walk into the room. But it's like every room has like a door to the outside, but the outside
Yeah.
is enclosed.
Just think of that movie we watched in theaters. That one, the last anime movie I watched with you in theaters. Can't think of the name. I couldn't tell you.
What happens in it?
I can't. It's very vague.
God damn, dude. Did you watch the movie?
The one with that. The one with that one little kid that was really annoying.
Oh, Mirai?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Think of that house. It's like that.
Okay. Yeah.
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 That house is cool. But yeah, I like that. That'd be a cool house.
What's your dream though?
Oh, dude, I've had way too many bad dreams. Like, I cannot.
I remember the
pinpoint
sleep
one.
paralysis one.
That one was terrifying.
Sleep paralysis is yikes, dude.
I don't know if that
That one's
counts.
yucky.
I don't know if that counts as a dream though, because I was technically awake. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Well, Travis,
Not
talk
as the
about
sleep
your
paralysis stuff was actually you dreaming, and it actually isn't. You're not awake at all.
No,
No, sleep
No, I said
paralysis
imagine.
is
No,
your...
no, I know. No,
Oh.
I know that. But imagine that's what it was this whole time.
that would be insane.
Could be.
Well, Travis, what is your sleep paralysis nightmare?
Like what happened during my
Yeah.
sleep paralysis? I think I've said this on the podcast before, but
I don't remember it.
well, either way, what happened is I woke up and I couldn't move my body, and I felt a weight like on my chest where it's like I couldn't like sit up because I can move my head but not like my anything else. And my room was like pitch black, and then I just saw like eyes on like the opposite ceiling from where my bed was, up in the corner where the wall meets the ceiling. I just saw like 2 pairs of eyes, and I was like, this is really weird, and it started like freaking me out. And like that moment of fear that kind of like overtakes you, like when you know you're in danger. It's like as it started coming, like the eyes started coming like towards me, still on the wall and the ceiling, but just getting closer to me, and like that fear like raced through me. And I remember I was just like, go away. And then I just heard a voice come back just saying, no. And I fucking
I would have started.
Screamed, dude. I screamed so fucking loud as I possibly could. And my dad fucking burst through the door, and he was like, what's going on? I mean, he was already revved up. You know, what the fuck's happening?
What are you doing at this hour?
What's going on? What's wrong? What's wrong? And I was like, and then like that kind of like woke me up all the way, where I was like, oh my fucking God, like I don't even know what just happened. And he was like, pretty sure you just had sleep paralysis. And I was like, oh fuck, dude, that sucked. Then again, I was also a heavy drug user at that time, so could have been that.
I was about to say, what causes that? And then that answered my question.
Yeah,
probably that.
Well,
sometimes it just happens.
Sometimes that.
Like, I know it happens, but
using
I'm sure
psychedelics and shit does trigger it if you're prone to having it.
Yeah, I used to experiment a lot with lucid dreaming, and I used to keep a dream journal. Like anytime I woke up, I would write down exactly what happened. So I remember a lot of my dreams now, which is what Raymond's always like. Whenever I tell him about a cool dream I had, he's like, man, I wish I could do that. I was like, the amount of nightmares that I had to live through, it was like,
yeah, I guess I'd rather live through going to bed and feeling like I just woke up than that.
Yeah, because like I'll have like the most vivid dreams about like stress at work or stress just like in school and all that, and wake up like
I hate that though.
Oh my God.
Mine are always school dreams if I have anything.
The most common ones are school dreams. Like when I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
Like I like swear
something's due or something.
I will always dream about like forgetting that school starts up until I'm like 70. I will wake up and be like, oh my God, I'm late for school.
I hate it. I'm like, I should be over this by now.
It's like a weird anxiety where like I'm half asleep, so I know that there's no school and that I'm fine.
Yeah.
But the monkey brain inside me is like, hey, you gotta register for classes or hurry up. You got something to do, and it's like,
see, I'm in the mix.
Stop.
I'm in the mix of always I'm late on a project or I'm late for work. It's one or the other.
I think that's just a part of being an adult.
Because I swear I'll wake up so many times where I'm like, I should be at work today, and it's like it's like the day off, and I'm dreaming that like being fired or something.
You're like, oh shit, I got a no-show.
I mean, it hardly happens, but when I have that dream, it's always that or school. It's
I know
one
how
or the
that
other.
feels, because I get that like all the time when I actually have a day off, or I don't have anything to do, which I'm dying for right now.
I don't think I've had that for a good few months.
I have
honestly,
not had that in a good bit. Where like, if I'm not doing something at work or school, I'm doing something goof pace, or it's just like I just want a day where I'm not doing anything.
I know. I haven't. Who knows when I've had
and on that
one.
day, I will only sleep in until like 9.
Yeah, don't sleep a day away.
Yeah, and like, it's hard to do because. And Stuart asked me this the other day. He texted me where he was like, he had to stay up super late one night doing a project.
Yeah.
And he had school the next day, like all day. He texted me, he's like, man, I don't understand how you can run off like 3 to 4 hours of sleep. And he's like, you do it so often. I don't understand how you do it. And I was like, well, like, first off, I've been doing it a long time. I've been doing it since like high school.
Yeah.
One, because back problems, but back then also because I was usually out, like, you know, doing drugs or partying or whatever, and then sneaking back in through my front window, which is way too easy to open, which is probably why I don't like sleeping with my window open.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. But
I should be more afraid of that.
I just made that connection right now. I've been wondering for so long, but now it's all
like,
coming back to me. I was like,
let's go on a side story real quick, just because I want to mention it. Remember that night where there's some people screaming and we're like, ooh, we should lock the doors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the day after.
Oh yeah.
I remember I was like, man, I should leave that window closed for a few days. Next day I had it wide open again. I just get too hot. I'm like,
Did you
I
know?
don't care. Kill me.
Did you know he didn't remember that you woke him up?
Yeah.
I told him that.
Yeah.
So we had someone screaming about who knows what. So Travis, I guess, because I fell asleep with my window open. So we went to lock up the house. And I guess, did you have a conversation with me when you woke me up?
So what happened is that I was sitting there watching Miraculous Ladybug and playing RuneScape, as I do.
Yeah.
And it was like 1:30 in the morning. I get a text from Nick, and he's like, so there's a guy screaming for help outside. I think we should lock up tonight. And I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
I was like, what kind of a scream was it? And he's like, I don't know what that, like, what is, like, he couldn't differentiate, like, what, like, a, like, help, someone's lost, or, like, a, like, I'm dying scream.
And this was, like, at what time?
It was, like, 1:30 in the morning.
See, I heard people going crazy at, like, 10:30.
Yeah,
no,
I started hearing that.
And it sounded like someone had, like, road rage and started, like, chase someone and started smacking their car.
Yeah.
That's what it sounded like, right?
He said that this one was a lot closer and sounded a lot more frantic.
Oh, really?
And so I was like, okay. Well, he said that, and I just grabbed a bat.
Yeah.
Because me being the paranoid fuck I am. So I walked out and I was like, okay, I'm going to lock every fucking lock in this house.
That reminds me.
And so
I need one of those Louisville sluggers in my room.
Yeah. And so I'm like walking around, and I was like, is Raymond's window open? And Nick's like, I think so. And we both knew that Raymond had to get up at like 5 in the morning for like a wedding or something like that.
No, I worked in the morning.
Oh, you worked, yeah. So I was like, I don't want to make him up, but at the same time, I feel like he wouldn't blame me if I did. I feel like he would be happier that I did. So
turns out he didn't remember.
I went into Raymond's room, and I'm like, Raymond, and he's like flinches open. He's like, oh, what? And I'm like, I'm gonna close your window, right? I'm holding a bat too. I'm like holding the bat. I was like, I'm gonna close your window. We gotta lock up. And he's like, all right, oh, okay. And then he like rolls back over, and I close the window, like check the door and everything. I was like, sorry for waking you up. He's like, yeah, it's fine. And then I just like closed the door. And I went to apologize the next day, and he's like, what? And I was like,
no. The reason why I knew something was off because I woke up and I was like, how did I hear all this going on with my window closed? I was like, how did I hear all that with my window closed? I must have had, I was like, I swear I had it open. Maybe I was like, maybe I did close it before bed or something. I don't know. And Travis comes in. He's like, yeah, sorry, I had to go in and close our window because Nick said this and this and this. I was like, I have zero memory of you coming in at all. I don't even know.
I mean, we had a lot of cases of that at the apartment. Like Raymond would get up in the middle of the night, and I'd be like, where are you going? It's like,
I guess I bumped pee or something.
Yeah, like I'd still be up, like just on my phone or whatever. Like 3 in the morning, Raymond would get up, and I was just like, where are you going, dude? And he's like, just walking off to the bathroom. I was like, oh, I guess he walks off.
You know, like those, have you ever had those like dreams where like in your like dream you're going pee?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Maybe that's what's happening.
Maybe.
Hey, I don't pee my pants, so I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm actually going pee, and it felt like it was in my dream.
Do you remember the one time you went in the kitchen, turned on the sink?
I did that?
Yeah.
I don't
Do you
remember.
sleepwalk?
I guess.
He does.
What the fuck?
He does on occasion. It's when he's sick. That's when you sleepwalk.
Maybe because I'm not like rested.
I was out there watching Game of Thrones, and you came out and you turned on the sink and went back into the room and left the sink on, and I was like, I went and turned the sink off, and then the next day, I thought I told you this.
I don't remember. Probably did. I just don't remember.
Yeah, I was like, why'd you turn on the sink last night? I turned on the sink, and I was like, yeah. And you're like, I don't know. Or like the time,
so cryptic.
The time back in high school,
the dog one.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Like it was like 7 in the morning, 6 in the morning, which was like ridiculously early for a weekend in high school.
That's when I woke up in the weekend.
Like the dogs were barking, and then I hear Raymond get up, and he goes out and like quiets down the dogs and comes back in. And like later on when we woke up, I was like, "Oh, dude, thanks for making the dogs start barking, dude. I could not get back to sleep." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "You went up and you told like Wee Wee to stop barking." And you're like, "I did." Yes, I heard you leave the room and say stop, and then you came back in like the way you always do. Like, stop it.
Like, you know what? I think I am gonna have Alzheimer's. Because you know how many times at work I'll go into the walk-in freezer or refrigerator or something, and I have the plan. As soon as I open the door and get in, I forget what I was doing, and I have to sit there and like brain blast what I'm trying to do.
No, dude,
I cannot think what I was doing. I can't.
I am gonna have Alzheimer's. Do you remember what happened?
Oh, okay. Yesterday I told Nick to bring the little mount for the light so we can get the thread size.
Uh-huh.
Then, okay, I'm like, okay, I give it to Nick. Then we take off, and halfway there, I'm like, Nick, do you have that? He's like, garbage, I forgot. So then we had to go back. And then I stopped, and the trash truck's in there, so I'm sure that distracted us. And then I stopped in front of the mailbox. I was like, Nick, I want to get the mail? He's like, yeah. And then he ran in the house instead in a really long driveway. I was like, okay, I thought you were going to get the mail first. And then he comes back, and I was like, I already got the mail. He's like, okay. And then I had to drive up because Travis called me to check if we had lunch meat. I was like, do we? Nick's like, yeah, we have a lot of turkey. I'm like, Travis doesn't like turkey. And then Nick's like, yeah, we have lunch meat though. I'm like, that's not what he asked. So then I drove, and then I was like, I'll drive up there so you can check. And then he ran off before I could drive up there to check. So I'm waiting for him out there. And then he's like, yeah, we don't have chicken. So then we take off, or about to pull out of the driveway. I get out like to the top, and I'm like, did you get the camera mount? And he's like, garbage. So I forgot it again.
I forgot the camera mount 3 times.
Yeah.
It was so funny because I called, and I had the sense that I felt like I was interrupting something.
Yeah.
And I was like, but I really need to know because I didn't want to buy more lunch meat than I needed. And then you text me like, yeah, Nick says that you have some, but it's really old. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll buy more. And then I got home, and I still had like half a container of lunch meat that was good until like November. And I was like, what the
Nick
fuck?
I'm sure he didn't check the date because he was mad about the mouse. So he's like, it looks old. Good enough.
This is definitely good for a fucking while. But now you said chicken. I feel like you might have looked at different lunch meat because I was talking about ham.
Oh, I was assuming
I thought
chicken. Because he said turkey. Or because he said we had turkey, and I was just assuming. Like, Travis doesn't like turkey.
I was like,
chicken.
whatever, I'll just finish this off. So I just had a thick
boy
chicken sandwich or ham sandwich, whatever.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have Alzheimer's.
So, all right, me and Nick will become friends multiple times a day in the future.
Experience the joy of fucking becoming friends.
It'll be like, I'll come up to you and be like, hey,
want to start a podcast?
Okay, Nick,
Hey,
I got
so
some.
you do
I got
PCs,
some.
huh?
You already have something wrong in that story. We're gonna be 40. We're not gonna sound that old yet.
I'm like, hey, sport, you like PCs, huh?
I'll be like, what's a computer?
God, how weird would that be? Like, to have someone
To have
like,
Alzheimer's in your 40s?
Fuck forbid, knock on wood, that one of us gets into
wood.
an accident.
The wicker, this is good enough.
That's wood?
That's not wood.
This is wood.
It's probably
No,
like
you're
fake
off on the
bingo
It's
wood.
shit wood, but it's wood.
Oh yeah, duh.
Yeah.
Anyways,
We're good
wood
now.
involved. Like one of us gets into an accident where we get like the type of amnesia where like every day resets itself.
Mhm.
Like, how would we go about that kind of life?
You know what's
like,
more scary?
with each other?
Having an accident and becoming mentally disabled.
Yeah.
'Cause there's a lot of that because I used to have an uncle that used to live in a home.
Mm,
There's a few people there that just used to be like us, and they got in an accident, and then there's lots of functions are gone.
yeah.
That's so scary to think
It's so
about.
scary.
Spooky, because you have to like
Yeah.
readjust completely.
Yeah,
Because people that are born that way, they just.
yeah, because that's all they know.
I don't want to say it's easier, but it's like
but it's all they know.
they grew up with it.
Yeah.
Well, because just imagine like going from our thoughts now,
Mhm.
and then you can't really project them anymore. And I
Yeah.
don't even know if they're. It's hard to know what they're feeling and all that.
Because I know people, it's
Yeah.
like they're stuck inside their own mind.
Yeah.
And it's like really fucked.
Because it's like there's this one girl there that just has like no talking, no nothing. Like she can hardly react to anything.
Mhm.
So I'm like, man, that's so crazy to think of like coming from us, and then experiencing that later, not already having that.
Yeah.
So it's like I always wondered. I'm like, I wonder if like there's still memory or anything there, and she can think and like about times she just can't communicate, or
I definitely
don't know.
feel like there is something inside. It's not like was it divine or like supernatural?
yeah, I know.
It's just
that.
like an intelligence inside you that is
Yeah.
kind of like trapped inside.
Because it's so odd. Because it's like because my uncle couldn't like project anything at all either, other than like motion.
Mm,
Because he could only like to respond to things with how he moved.
Mm-hmm.
mm.
So I'm always curious. I'm like, I mean, he would respond to things in a certain way. So there's like, of course, there's like a way for them to react. They can't speak, so it's weird.
Yeah.
It's like hard to like gauge what they're feeling.
Drive responsibly, everyone.
Yeah.
Always, like, the thing about driving that's so scary is that like you're not in complete control. Like even when you're driving your own vehicle, you're still like
You're
like that's
trusting
where yeah, like
the
a lot of
competence
parents
of the
say
people
like,
around you.
oh, like it's not you that I'm worried about, it's other people, and that's exactly
Yeah.
right. It's like people are just like
Yeah.
Stupid, dude. Like they're just fucking stupid.
That's why I hate driving lakes. I'm like, drunk drivers kind of scary.
Yeah, I know. The thing is about being borderline alcoholic is that like I've drank so much that I legitimately know my limit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like Raymond can attest, like I know when what is what, and then I know when I'm like, nah. Like that's why like the other like a few weeks ago I had to call Nick because I was like, nah,
yeah,
like
the 3 a.m. emergency call.
I can't. I mean, I had to clean a pool for 3 hours, so I got sobered up enough to drive down the street to our house. But it was like at the time, like if I were to leave right then, I was like, nah, I can't.
Yeah,
it's like I don't know if it's a pride thing where it's like, no, I'm fine, I'm not a bitch. It's like, dude, fuck, like I'm not gonna make a stupid ass decision for not only myself but possibly for someone else's entire life just because
I don't know.
I'm not a bitch. It's
like, I don't want to get my car later. It's like, well, then you shouldn't have gone that far.
Yeah, like you shouldn't have made that decision.
Plan ahead.
Yeah, you just have to be responsible, and it sucks that it takes so much for someone to realize.
It's so sad too because there's like a neighbor at my parents' house down the street. Basically lost her whole family from a drunk driver.
Yeah,
the
like,
whole family.
Pretty much because there was like an old lady, and she was like I guess watching her grandkids, and it killed there was like 3 grandkids and the old lady. And it killed 2 of them and the old lady, and there's just 1 grandkid left. So I'm like,
shit.
Imagine doing that. Imagine being responsible for that. Yeah. And it's sad because a lot of those cases, a lot of people don't really care. They're just scared about what's gonna happen to their life and not what they did to someone else.
Did you see that that really freaky car crash on the 15?
No. When was that?
It was like a month or 2 ago.
No, I didn't see it.
There was this pickup truck. It was like rush hour, like 4 or 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I guess like it was, you know, when you're driving and the traffic is fine.
Yeah.
It's just a dead stop.
Yeah.
So it was a dead stop, and this truck was going literally 150 miles an hour.
Really?
Yeah. And the guy was like on something, definitely, because it's like,
no sane person gonna do that.
You don't even go 150. You don't even pass 100 normally.
Yeah, no.
And it's like he was going, and he slammed into the first car.
Yeah.
And that car turned into like powder. Like, have you ever seen like the jet engine crash test?
Yeah.
Where it just completely vaporizes?
Yeah.
That car just completely vaporized.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So there's just like nothing left on the crime.
Yeah.
Like the scene,
and then some of the cars, like it plowed through like 5 or 6 cars. And then the cars on the side, one of them flipped over into a building.
Yeah.
And there was like a car-sized hole in the building.
Oh,
and it's caused by this one fucker who was indicted for DUI before.
Let me guess, he lived too.
He lived twice.
I hate that.
He killed someone before, and he killed and injured multiple people now and lived twice.
That's such a that's when it's like so selfish.
Yeah, it's like
they don't even care.
Yeah, it's like
they really don't care.
What are you? Why?
I think I told this story on the podcast before, but it's like when I don't know if you guys ever noticed, like my dad, when he wears shorts, he has like that giant ass scar on his knee.
No, yeah.
So like, I think I've told it before, but I'll tell it anyways.
The motorcycle one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when he was younger, he was riding his motorcycle. It was like 3 a.m. He was like come back from work or something like that. He was at just an intersection, and this was like before it was very industrialized, like out and around here, like in the Inland Empire.
Yeah.
So you got hit at a stop sign. This guy just fucking ran the stop sign, ran right into him, and his leg was like demolished, like crushed and bleeding everywhere. And the guy was just like all worried about himself, and he just drove off, like didn't call or anything like that. And like if it weren't for a passing car that came like 20 minutes later or something like that, like my dad probably would have bled out on the street right there.
Yeah.
Some guy was just too fucking like, what's gonna happen to me? Like this, like it's like, dude, you just like, what the fuck? I could not exist right now if it weren't for that one car that just happened to pass by and stop. It's like,
guess what? That guy's probably still out there doing the same shit.
Yeah,
probably, or
so
dead.
if you're gonna drive, just
be responsible.
Just drive like just be normal.
Yeah, that's why
nothing to impair your driving.
Yeah, that's why I don't go to like clubs or bars or anything.
Yeah,
it's because like I'm too broke. But even if I wasn't too broke, I would be. Even if I wasn't too broke to afford the drinks, I'd be too broke to afford the Uber and the drinks.
Yeah, I think you're
so
just
when
too
I
worried
drink,
about
I
how to
drink at someone's house.
Because I imagine Travis just being too stressed about how he's gonna get home. So he's
Yeah,
like,
it's
I'm
like-
just gonna be at home.
Like,
Or someone's house.
You know me way too well.
Well, yeah, because then you got to worry about if I get a ride home, then I got to get my car tomorrow.
Not only that, I'd be worrying about where to park.
Yeah.
like I tried to like plan out like a trip for my friends and I to go to like a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And it's just so difficult because like multiple people, the people who had cars wanted to drink, and if they drank, then no one else can go.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Oh, you just all got to get Ubers.
yeah, but
It's
then it's expensive. Yeah.
But it's like, if I'm on the occasion that I actually do go out and drink somewhere, which is very not often, like it is very rare is the word I was looking for. I don't want to drive. Like I would rather be kind of chauffeured around because that means that I'm like going big that night. Like I'm feeling good that night. I don't want to be responsible for anything. So I'm just going to be like,
I'm like the opposite. When I drink somewhere, I just drink like a beer.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. I mean, like,
it doesn't hurt your wallet as bad.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
You know what I think's so weird? Like having like all the strict rules against course driving and all that. But then public intoxication's illegal around like a city.
Yeah, it's like
it makes like 0 sense.
You're not.
It's like you have so many bars.
You're
bar hopping.
Yeah, you're
but
discouraging people from walking home.
It doesn't make any sense. I'm like, what?
I don't know why that's
like. It makes no sense.
I have no idea why. That's
like imagine
illegal.
if that was because in Vegas, I'm sure it's not illegal,
It's
right?
not.
No.
Imagine if it was legal or illegal. It makes 0 sense. But guess what? People can walk around.
Yeah. No, I love that in Vegas. I could just walk around with like this giant ass alcohol.
Because I don't get like
Just
downtown Riverside, right?
Yeah.
It makes 0 sense for that to be illegal there.
Because there are like
Oh,
7
too many
bars.
bars in downtown.
But there's still that little block, and there's still actually a lot of people there if you drive by there at night.
Yeah.
A lot of people just
They are.
there. So I'm like, it makes 0 sense.
Yeah,
Weird.
I don't know.
America has something really like weird against
America
alcohol.
is weird.
America is weird, yeah.
It's such
Yeah.
a weird country.
Like my dad used to live in England, and it's like he said like people literally go on their lunch break to get a drink.
Your dad lived in England?
Yeah.
He was educated in England.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, one last question before we wrap up the podcast. What is
About
one
Get
old
that.
person thing that you guys do?
old person thing.
What is one thing you do that's like quote unquote old person?
I mean, I can answer that so easy.
What is it?
I like to leave social things early or just anything early.
Is that an old person thing?
Well, I just want to be home. I mean, usually if you imagine, because like if you're young, you just want to stay out.
Yeah.
You always think of old people wanting to leave early.
Yeah, you old fogey. What are
Yeah.
you going home to read a book?
It's a fogey.
I don't know.
I'm sure you guys can tell what my old person thing
Oh, I
is.
just wanted to mention real quick. Someone said Skivvies in Borderlands. Just saying. Borderlands 3.
Hey, Skivvies.
Like someone you played
I
with, or
forget
one of
who.
the characters?
Someone said it. I forget.
like a character.
Moxie said it. I think.
Huh.
Lit. What about you, Nick? What's your old person thing?
I like collecting. If I had the money, I would collect like bowls and shit.
Huh.
I like bowls and pottery.
Bowls.
Yeah.
I like that. Mine is obviously sayings.
When the rooster strikes 7.
When the dragon's tail is I don't know.
Yeah. Well, at least they're not Southern sayings. Also, Raymond, are those your dirty chonos in the
No,
fucking towel box,
those
dude?
aren't my dirty
You saw 'em
chonos.
too, right?
Someone
Yeah.
left dirty chonos in our fucking towel box in the laundry room. I picked them up on accident yesterday.
What brand are they?
I don't know, but they're briefs. They're blue. And
I don't
they're
wear
just-
briefs.
I don't know what you. I do know what you.
I mean, I wear boxer briefs, not briefs.
These are like brief.
The triangle briefs.
Yeah.
I haven't
the
worn
hell?
those in a long time.
These are like sumo wrestler. Like I'm ready to go. Chonos.
Huh.
All right. Well, that
it.
limits
It's all right.
it
If it makes you
down.
feel
So if
better,
you're
I
listening
grabbed
to
the
this-
chonos trying to look for the rags in there. So
So if you're listening to this, please take your
Please-
underwear out of our
please
laundry box.
get your chonos out of the
Your
box.
dirty chonos out of here. Well, anyways, please look forward to episode 50 next week. We're gonna be posting a trailer about it on our socials sometime, probably like Monday or something like that. We're very excited. We've put so much work into this set. We're excited to come back to video podcasts and get working on our next project to come afterwards. Go check out our artist Jelly Ellis in the description below. Her Instagram and Twitter are down. She's taken a brief social media break until I think mid-October she comes back. But you can be ready and prepared for when she comes back with all the amazing art. And we love and support her. Also, our music artist is down there. Check out his Instagram and Spotify. See all the dope beats that he's dropping. Our partners at the 8-Bit Network are constantly posting out amazing content and are starting up a new series that I'm not going to announce for them because I know it's under wraps still. But look forward to that coming up. Am I forgetting anything? Our socials, yeah.
Ours!
Wow! Yeah, you can go see some shitty content, and then we always forget to post on Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And maybe you'll find out whose chonos we're
but
talking
I retweet
about.
memes and funny stuff.
Yeah.
And I get yelled at for Travis when
When you make
we'll
tier
talk
list,
about
he
that
doesn't
some other
agree
time,
with.
yeah.
Fuck that. I forgot. Damn
no,
it.
we're going to have to put that against for the 50th.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, look forward to seeing me in a dress next Friday. Later.
Bye. Did you make another tier list? Or what?
Wait, I want to see what it's absolute dog shit.